Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Today we're going to be recapping on the Cardano 360 event, and more importantly, we are going to be going into a partnership between Cardano and World Mobile that I believe is largely being underlooked. It is my belief that projects, cryptocurrencies such as Cardano, are going to play a substantial role in the future that we are moving towards. And this is why the World Mobile and Cardano partnership is so interesting. World Mobile are a company that is essentially aiming to bring the unconnected, the offline part of the world, which is around about half of the world, online through infrastructure. Cardano is helping World Mobile to do this. This fits hand in hand with the continent of Africa, which Cardano IOHK is largely going after, as they see a real potential over there. Not only are they doing it to benefit the lives of the African people, we know they have partnerships in Ethiopia, Tanzania, and a few other countries across the continent. These are just the first steps in what's coming. You know, they want a sub-Sahara kind of connective financial operating system that runs on top of Cardano. This does not just involve finance, this involves the educational sector, the social sector, etc., etc. And part of them being able to achieve this is putting the underlying infrastructure, i.e. internet connections and other things associated with that, in place. And World Mobile are really helping them to do this. We're going to play the clip because he mentions in this the fact that they are going after 1 billion plus users, and there is $1 trillion alone in the telecommunications space that is untapped. We know Africa, they reckon there is around about over $7 trillion of untapped value there. That is offline value that just transacts from hand to hand. Now, of course, there are pros to that for the people of Africa. And there will be trade-offs like surveillance and other things when they get onboarded. But ultimately, guys, this is the way that the future is going. We spoke to you on a number of occasions about the World Economic Forum, who in this article essentially mentioned Cardano by name. You can see it is their number 2 below Algorand. World Economic Forum reckoned that blockchain technology could disrupt an $867 trillion market. The reason I'm bringing this all up, guys, is because we're not focusing on any short time frames, and we are going to jump into some charts in a second, but we're going to be comparing Cardano here in 2017 to Amazon here in the 2020 dot-com boom, and of course Apple, because what these all have in common is Cardano has come out of a revolutionary technology which is blockchain. These companies came out of a revolutionary technology, which was the internet. The internet hasn't been around for long. I think we often forget that. And essentially, with the rise of the internet, you had companies that came out of it. With the rise of blockchain, you have cryptos that are coming out of it. They're very comparable in that fact, in the way that they're both revolutionary technologies. So let's jump straight into the clip, guys. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I genuinely believe that Cardano could become a $1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin has already got to $1 trillion, so we've proven that a cryptocurrency can do that. I think Cardano, and I'm going to make this argument very clear, I love Bitcoin. We all owe a lot to Bitcoin and Satoshi for his vision. A lot of the projects wouldn't be here today without it. But I would say that Cardano is a lot more usable and has a lot more use cases than something like Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Certainly for now, this may change as layers are added on, but the development process for Bitcoin is very slow. So let's play this clip, guys, and then let's jump into a little bit about World Mobile, what they're trying to achieve, and why it is I think this is such a substantial partnership.
Well, look, let's segue straight to that, John. Actually, many people will have seen recently the film with Mickey from World Mobile Chain, and Charles and yourself talking about the latest on that project in Tanzania. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So the World Mobile team is already on the ground, starting to actually work to roll out this infrastructure. So the goal is by the end of the year to have 100,000 customers live within the pilot location of
by
Zanzibar,
the end of the year. This is
and
how
they're
fast they're
working
moving
towards that goal. What I'll say is that everyone in the team is very excited at the moment. Things are going very, very well. There's some parts of building businesses like this which are incredibly frustrating, making sure that your licenses have been approved, making sure that, you know, customs aren't going to hold up your delivery of infrastructure as you bring it in. These are the kind of things which inevitably always go wrong. And you plan for a certain amount of that in your operational plan. But at the moment, it seems like, the World Mobile team is leading a charmed life. So we're very excited to see the progress there. Charles and I are actually planning a trip to go and visit the team there and to see, the on the ground deployments. So yeah, they're very exciting stuff from World Mobile, and we're delighted by the success that they seem to be having at the moment in the market.
So thanks to Carlos and John for that update. Now, we'll drop the link to the full interview in the show notes, but meanwhile, maybe let's take a bit of a look at an excerpt from that interview with Charles, with John and Mickey from World Mobile.
It's a demand-driven business, so we're going where the demand is the highest first. Sub-Saharan Africa, the demand is massive, with 1 billion people there, over 1 billion people, 800 million without any internet at all. We're starting in Tanzania and specifically in Zanzibar. That's where you'll be able to see us, and we're rolling out right now as we speak.
Digital money doesn't exactly work unless you have networking. So there's a question of how do you get billions of people who aren't online, and the billions of people who are online but not reliably online. How do you fix all of that and get people to bridge that gap, that last mile? And how do we do it in a far more democratic way? So this is a pretty exciting relationship for us, and it's a place where it really pushes the boundaries of protocol design, because there's a lot of really careful problems you have to work your way through.
It's the approach to technology. It's the approach to unlicensed spectrums. It's the approach to licensed spectrums and how you use them, how you use legacy spectrums with modern infrastructure using altitude platforms. But ultimately, the difference is the sharing economy, right? It's sharing that responsibility, and it's sharing $1 trillion revenue. It's sharing that with the people on the ground so that they maintain that infrastructure and actually are incentivized to build connectivity. Alone, you can't do it. The time is here. The convergence of technology and mindset. That's how World Mobile's worked it out.
Our vision as a company is to improve the systems of the world for everyone, everywhere. And no system needs more revolution or change or iteration than, I'd say, the telco space. It's very ossified and broken, and it hasn't really delivered a ubiquitous experience where no matter where I go, I have connectivity. Internet is so much more than just a utility. It's a human condition. It allows us to talk to each other, connect to each other, share ideas with each other. And it's the single biggest driver of change, usually throughout the world. It spreads freedom. It spreads financial freedom, economic identity. It gives you the ability to do business with people you've never met and never would have met if not for the existence of the internet. So this is a very fundamental human thing.
So as we head...
That was just Charles kind of stressing why this is so important. Guys, I want to remind you that that is just one continent that they are working on. They have a bit of a master plan. They seem to be dominating the blockchain space in Africa, and certainly in those countries within Africa. This is huge, and this is what the future looks like, guys. And we're not going into any smaller time frames on this video. We will release an update video probably today or tomorrow. I'm going to put this video out on Sunday. It's late on Saturday where I'll be filming it. But this is what the future looks like, guys. Blockchain is going to be the underlying technology that runs a huge variety of important systems. Reason being is it's a lot more efficient, whether that be in the telecom space, whether that be in the streaming space, like something like Theta, the financial space, the remittance space, whatever that may be. Blockchain is improving and innovating those largely stagnant areas of interest. The other thing I want to point out, guys, is the charts, because when we started this channel, we spoke a lot about Amazon. This is Amazon here, and how it really resembled Bitcoin. And this is the kind of flow of technology. This is the kind of movements that emerging technologies make. They have a kind of boom and a bust cycle before real growth is allowed to maintain. And this is, of course, Amazon. This is Apple. And, of course, this is Cardano. And Cardano is already making that trajectory. Ignore the kind of Elliott wave structure that we have laid out. But you can see what came next for both Amazon and Apple. That kind of boom and bust cycle that happened in the dot-com boom really got dwarfed, and it looks irrelevant nowadays. This happened in 21 years essentially. So if you are willing to hold Cardano for the long run, I believe Cardano could definitely reach $1 trillion in terms of market cap. This is over a $30 Cardano price. You are now getting Cardano at $1.32. So if you are willing to hold Cardano, quite a lot of my Cardano is for the long haul. I'm just going to stake it and leave it. There are, of course, I have delegated a portion of my portfolio in regards to Cardano to sell and take profits on, just because I've been in this project for a while. But really, I want people to cast their minds on the broader horizon, because this is just one partnership, World Mobile, and they are literally trying to bring, and are already starting to do that, infrastructure and connectivity to the world. And the World Economic Forum really spoke about this. I couldn't find the article where they say blockchain is inclusive. It's going to allow the rest of the world to get connected. Now, some people may look at that as a bad thing. As we move toward more of a global world, I think there are definitely pros and cons to it. I think there are quite a lot of cons, like surveillance and other things like that. But ultimately, you know, something like Cardano that's positioned itself to help that kind of agenda is going to do very well, whether you like the ethics and morals behind it or not. So that's really all I have for you in this video, guys. I just thought it was very interesting. It's been largely overlooked. We've got a couple more videos coming up. There was so much in this 360 event, as there always is, with the partnerships, etc., etc. By the way, guys, did anybody see John O'Connor on Sky News? How many other blockchains do you know that get featured on Sky News, guys? This is huge. You know, mainstream adoption is here. There are still people doubting. In yesterday's video, we spoke about somebody calling for a 60 to 90% drop, and this is supposed to be a veteran in the technical analysis space. They couldn't be more wrong. You know, this is what the future looks like. Cardano is going to play a fundamental role in the future. Now, I could be wrong, but that is my hunch. That's my conviction. That is what I'm sticking with. And ultimately, you know, we are recovering now for Bitcoin and the wider crypto space. And the growth is going to continue. Remember, we're at a measly $1.63 trillion. This is the World Economic Forum, Davos, you big players. And this was when we were at $2.3 trillion in terms of market cap. Before the sell-off that we've seen, $867 trillion. That is a lot of X's to your portfolio, guys. You are so lucky and early to be an investor in this space, even with prices where they're at now. Remember, Cardano is up 640% a year to date. It's done very, very well, and is going to continue to do so. People see that number, they see the charts, they don't swip it to a logarithmic scale, and they just think, wow, you know, it can't really go much higher. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it absolutely can. We set out a roadmap for Cardano that we think in this next wave, you could get above $7 towards that $10 mark. Get ready, guys, because this is what's coming. This is what the future looks like. And World Mobile is a huge partnership and one of many. Remember, smart contracts aren't even here yet. Set to come out in September, end of August, September. Get excited, guys, because we're at a very small market cap. You know, I'm very confident in my investments in the crypto space. Cryptocurrencies have changed my life, and I believe they offer the same opportunity to you guys at the other end of the screen. That is all I have for you guys. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Your feedback is crucial to the growth of this channel. And I look forward to hopefully having you guys watch this video, you guys getting subscribed, and me seeing you on the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you in the next one.